So this happened to me about 10 years ago. I was living in an old Victorian house with my boyfriend at the time, and it was one of those houses where every single room had a doorbell, even the spare bedrooms, and all of the doorbells chimed differently. So it was always easy to tell which room the chime was coming from. And there was one spare bedroom that we never, ever used. We kept it locked because the door had this really creepy, like old man staring at you kind of face carved into it. So we never went in there and we never opened the door. One day we were both home alone and we heard the doorbell chime in that room. Now it hadn't been used in months and the cleaning lady didn't go in there. So we were both creeped out and we decided that we should probably check it out. So my boyfriend, being the skeptic that he is, went to go open the door. And when he turned the doorknob, it didn't open. He tried again and it still didn't open. And then he started to panic and he started screaming for me to call 911. Meanwhile, I am on the phone with 911 trying to explain that my boyfriend is freaking out because he and opened a door that won't open. And the operator's like, "Ma'am, have you tried opening the door?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." He's the one who's freaking out. And she's like, "Well, ma'am, if you haven't tried opening the door, then it's probably fine. Why don't you just try opening it?" So I go over there and I start to open the door and it opens. And I'm like, "See, it's not that bad, it just needed a little bit of force." And my boyfriend is just standing there with his mouth hanging open. And then we both start to freak out. Because now the door is open and there's nothing there. The room is completely empty. There's no furniture, there's no walls. It's just an empty room with a window and a door. And then we both started to hear footsteps in that room. And then we both started to see shadows out of the corner of our eyes. And then we started to feel cold spots. And so we ran out of there and we didn't stop running until we were at the end of the driveway. And then we turned around and we looked and we saw that the door was closed and there was no doorknob on it. And then we both looked at each other and were like, what the hell just happened?